You stretch your hamstrings every single day, but they are still tight. You touch your toes one morning and by the afternoon, the range is gone. You have been doing the right thing. The thing is not working. There is a reason. Your hamstring is not your problem. Your hamstring is reporting one. The standing forward fold, the seated reach, the lying single leg pull. These are the 3 most prescribed hamstring stretches in fitness. None of them work for the long term. People do them for years. They make the same 8 inches of progress every morning and lose it every afternoon. The hamstring resets. The body returns to baseline. The cycle continues. Most people blame themselves. They tell themselves they need to stretch more. They need to be more consistent. They need to push harder. The truth is, the hamstring is doing exactly what it has been told to do. I have watched 1,000 people lie down on my floor and try to lift a straight leg to 90 degrees. The leg stops at 60. They tell me that their hamstrings are really tight. The body always tells me first. The hamstring is almost never the cause. You have been stretching a symptom. By the end of this video, you will know exactly why your hamstring stretches fail. You will know what is actually keeping your hamstrings locked, and you will know the 4 movements that release them without any static stretching at all. We start with the principle, then we go through the 4 causes, each one with a test that you can run on yourself, and the corrective that fixes it. Here is the principle. A tight hamstring is not a short hamstring. It is a protected hamstring. Your nervous system has decided that your hamstring needs to stay short. It has decided that because something else in your body cannot do its job. The hamstring has been recruited to protect that failure. The brain has locked the length. Pulling on it does nothing. The brain releases it for 30 seconds. The brain locks it back down within the hour. You stretch again the next day and the same loop, same result. Watch this. I'm going to do a textbook hamstring stretch for 30 seconds. Then I am going to lie on my back and I'll lift the same leg and retest the range. The leg is back to where it started. Sometimes it is even worse. The body has a reason. The 4 causes I'm about to show you are the 4 reasons your nervous system has decided that your hamstrings must stay locked. When you fix the cause, the hamstring lets go. You stop having to stretch it. Cause number 1, your nerves. Your nervous system is completely stuck. The hamstring is wrapped in nerves. The sciatic nerve runs the entire length of it. When that nerve gets stuck in the lower back, in the glute, or anywhere along the chain, the body protects the nerve by locking the hamstring. The hamstring cannot lengthen because lengthening it would put tension on a nerve that is already irritated. You have been pulling on a hamstring that is guarding a nerve. The body will never let you win. Here is the test. Sit on the edge of a chair, sit tall. Straighten one leg out in front of you. Now point your toes down towards the floor. Note the stretch that you feel. Now keep the leg straight and pull your toes back up towards your face. Then drop your chin to your chest. If the hamstring stretch suddenly increases dramatically, that is not your hamstring, that is your sciatic nerve. The hamstring is fine, the nerve is what is locked. The corrective is not stretching, it is nerve flossing. So sit on the edge of a chair, slump slightly, drop the chin, extend one leg, lift the chin and point the toes down at the same time. Lower the leg, drop the chin, pull the toes back. The 2 ends of the nerve move in opposite directions. You are gliding the nerve through the tissue, not pulling on it. 10 reps each side, twice a day, very slow. The nerve unsticks, the body stops protecting, the hamstring lets go. Cause number 2, your pelvis. Your pelvis is tilted forward. The hamstring attaches to the bottom of the pelvis. When the pelvis rotates forward, which it does in almost every adult who sits, the hamstring is already at the end of its length before you even stretch it. You think your hamstring is short. The hamstring is not short. The pelvis has stolen the length from it. You have been stretching a muscle that is already stretched. Here is the test. Stand with your back to a wall. Heels about 6 inches from the wall. Press your lower back flat against the wall. If you cannot do it without bending your knees, your pelvis is tilted forward. Your hamstrings have been holding that tilt for years. They cannot let go because the moment they do, the spine compresses. The corrective is loaded posterior pelvic tilt. Lie on your back, knees bent, feet flat. Press your lower back into the floor. Hold the press. Lift the feet off the floor with the back still pressed down. The hip flexors will scream. That is the point. They have been doing the pelvis's job for a decade. 5 seconds press, 5 seconds release. 10 reps twice a day. The pelvis comes back to neutral. The hamstring gets its length back. You stop stretching what was never short. Cause number 3, weakness. Your posterior chain is very weak. This is the cause that nobody wants to hear. A hamstring that is weak feels tight. The body locks down on weakness. It is a protective response. The brain decided a long time ago that a weak muscle is a dangerous muscle and a tight muscle is a controllable one. So the brain tightens what it cannot trust. You cannot stretch your way out of weakness. You can only train your way out of it. So here is the test. Lie face down, bend one knee to 90 degrees. Lift the heel towards the ceiling, keeping the knee bent. Hold for 3 seconds at the top. If your hamstring cramps, if it grabs and seizes, that is not flexibility, that is weakness. A strong muscle does not cramp at end range. A weak muscle defends itself by cramping. Your hamstring has been defending itself for years. The corrective is loaded eccentric strength, Nordic curls. So kneel on the floor, anchor your ankles under something. Cross your arms over your chest and lower your body forward as slowly as possible. Catch yourself with your hands, push back up and lower again. 3 reps, 3 sets, twice a week. Add reps as you get stronger. Most people cannot do 1 full rep. That is exactly the problem. The strength has not been there for years. The hamstring has been faking it with tightness. So build the strength, the tightness leaves on its own. Cause number 4, the hinge. You cannot hinge from the hip. Watch most adults try to bend forward. They round their lower back. They tuck their pelvis under. They never actually fold at the hip. The motion they are calling a hamstring stretch is happening in the spine. The hamstring never lengthens. The lower back compresses. The pattern repeats every time they try to touch their toes. Years of stretching, no change in the hamstrings. Slow accumulation of damage in the lumbar spine. The hip hinge is a skill. Most adults have lost it. So here is the test. Stand, feet hip width. Place a stick down the length of your spine. The stick should touch the back of your head between your shoulder blades and your tailbone. Now bend forward, hinge from the hip. If the stick comes off any of those 3 points, you are bending in your spine, not your hip. The hamstring has been off the hook the whole time. The corrective is the loaded hip hinge. Stand, feet hip width, hold a kettlebell or a dumbbell at your chest. Push your hips back, soft bend in the knee. Spine long, lower the weight to mid-shin. Drive the hips forward to stand back up. 8 reps, 3 sets, 3 times a week. You are teaching the body what bending forward actually means. The hamstring relearns its job. The brain stops protecting it. The flexibility comes back without ever stretching it. A client of mine, long distance runner, mid-40s, he had been stretching his hamstrings every day for 15 years. When he walked in, he could not get his fingertips closer than 8 inches above the floor. 15 years of daily stretching, 8 inches short. I did not stretch his hamstrings once. I assessed the 4 causes. His sciatic nerve was stuck. His pelvis was tilted forward 30 degrees. His Nordic curl strength was 0. His hip hinge was happening in his spine. We worked the 4 correctives for 4 weeks. Day 28, his fingertips touched the floor, 2 inches past it. No stretching, the cause was addressed, the body let go. This is the entire principle of this video. You cannot stretch what is being held for a reason. Address the reason, the body releases. So let's run the 4 tests. The nerve glide, the pelvis position, the hamstring strength, the hip hinge. The one that fails the hardest is the cause your hamstrings are protecting. That is your starting point. Drop in the comments which test you failed. Nerve, pelvis, strength, or hinge. I read every comment. If you want the full corrective protocol with progressions, the Moves Method Toolkit is linked below. subscribe, give it a like. The next video in this series is about your lower back pain, which is not coming from your lower back. Same principle, different report. The body does not lie. You have been listening to the wrong part of it.